and He's given you a pastor. Someone have mourning, have cried out to you with joy. And you know how hard that is. Now, but we all did it. Even in the midst of pain, distress, and sorrow, we will not stop of glorifying your name. So we cry out to you with joy. Your people have faith, strong faith, and love for you and for one another. Lord, bless abundantly those brothers and sisters who, first responders and people of goodwill, who have been so helpful these days. And for the commitment of so many who want to do something for these families in pain. Just in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I heard from three different families about losses, about uncertainty. Deacon Ricardo lost 2 members of his family. One family, young family, is missing, and there's one little one of 2 years old. And all of us having one heart, we all hurt. And in this situation, the Lord is taking care of you as a parish. And He's given you a pastor. Someone to help you right now in days, weeks, and years to come. Father Scott Janicek. It is a moment in which God's promise of peace and restoration, as the first reading said, is at work. Our readings draws into the heart of true peace, a peace born of God's tenderness, revealed in the promise of restoration, and lived out in the mission of Christ in fidelity. This Eucharist, our Sunday Mass, takes place in the context of the natural disaster that has caused so much uncertainty, pain, and suffering to so many families with the floods along our river, our beloved river. Our communities are sad and hurting. It is hard to understand. It is. The road of recovery will take a long time, a tremendous effort of everyone. There are no satisfying answers now, and healing to our wounds is far away. It feels safer going with others than going alone out in the unknown. Our prayers and consolation go to those directly affected. May God bring to completion the work He began in those brothers and sisters who died. Lord, have mercy. The three readings today, my brothers and sisters, speak of water. And we know that water is needed to live. Symbolizes life in so many ways. And even we have prayed and prayed for water in the midst of drought. But water also speaks of danger and death. Even before Mass was a baptism. Baptisms. Little ones, by the will of their parents, saying we die to sin through water. And we ask you for life and life eternal for these little ones through water. That may live. Isaiah invites us to share in Jerusalem's consolation. For the Lord has turned sorrow into abundance and promised to comfort His people. Lord, today Kerrville and many towns and cities and places are crying out for consolation. You have promised comfort. And this comfort is not fragile ceasefire, but the fruit of divine maternity. God's loving embrace breathes hope into weary hearts. This speaks of our reality right now. I saw it last Friday in the eyes and faces of parents and family members at the school. The time of dialogue with them and prayer on behalf of many more being with them confirmed. We long for consolation from God and from one another. St. Paul, in the second reading, teaches that peace is inseparable from the cross of Christ. He has made our peace. He has bought peace for us on the cross. Paul boasts only in the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, on that piece of wood that triumphed over death. The cross is no mere relic. It is the sustenance that nourishes our faith and shapes something, building new humanity. Death does not have the last word. We are before the cross these days. We are bearing it, but united ourselves to Christ's self-giving love, we become instruments of reconciliation and restoration. We become living signs that God's peace has conquered every difficult situation. In the Gospel, Jesus sends 72 messengers to proclaim the kingdom. He instructs them, into whatever house you enter, first say, peace to this household. All of us, and especially those of you who have lost family members, or contemplate caressing the survivors. We're still in the fear of our uncertainty. Hear this greeting. That Jesus wanted us to say it over and over again. Peace to this household. Peace. The mission of the apostles and our mission teaches us that peace begins with a greeting, a simple gesture of goodwill, accompanying people in their journey now and tomorrow and after tomorrow. May we don't get tired of being bridges of peace to those around us. We carry no surplus baggage in this time of need. We don't need formulas and a lot of stuff. Above all, trust in divine providence and the bold simplicity of the gospel. We are all called to do this. Becoming bridges of peace these days, allowing the healing power of Jesus' mercy abide in tender, hurting hearts. Tender, hurting hearts. Let's help each other in the way we can and in these circumstances. Pope Leo reminds us that peace is built in the heart and from the heart. He said, by eliminating pride and vindictiveness and carefully choosing our words. End of quote. Every act of kindness, every humble apology, every compassionate word becomes a brick in the city of peace that God calls us to build. Little gestures of love will turn into abundance in time, in peace and hope. Now, as Father Scott begins his ministry among you, may Notre Dame Parish continue growing as people of God, as family of God in this place, and also a place of comfort, compassion, hope, and welcome. May your new pastor, with generous people in leadership, bring Notre Dame to hope, building bridges of peace, so much needed. And Father Scott, your ministry will embrace an array of experiences that I can tell you that what we are living these days will mark your pastorate and those in leadership here and the community of Notre Dame for many years. May God give you strength to carry on the mission. Let us carry, all of us, the cross of Jesus into our conflicts, forgiving all wounds, embracing the stranger, speaking truth with love, and practicing patience with one another. There, the peace of God will flourish and become like a wellspring. Yes, a water of hope and life for many. May the Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus, Mother of the Church, and Star of Peace, guide our beloved families at this time and lead Father Scott as a pastor as our community of faith experience suffering, knowing that suffering and death does not have the last word. Do not have the last word. Under the gentle of the Blessed Mother, Notre Dame, may we learn to surrender our hearts to Christ and commit ourselves to the work of restoration in hope. Until the day when God's peace reigns in all of us and over all creation. Water has been the cause of pain, distress, and death. But also water, as you drive around, has been the cause of new life, new colors. But now, we endure with a joy that is deep, that only comes through faith in God. 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 I invite those who are going to help you to move along. Father Scott, the deacons, and those in the pastoral and financial councils. Please come forward. Scott, my brother, the deacons along the parish staff and councils of Notre Dame will assist you in the pastoral care of the people of this parish. Share this ministry in stormy waters, in a spirit of mutual trust, common prayer, and genuine concern.
My friends, I pledge to seek your counsel, guidance, and advice in the spiritual and temporal care of my pastorate.
Father Scott, these brave people responding to difficult times are placing themselves to lead with you this beautiful community.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.